right, so get ready because we're diving headfirst into this week's crazy crypto news.
Yeah, we've got a lot to unpack.
You shared some really interesting articles, and it looks like we'll be jumping into everything from Bitcoin billionaires to, like, meme coin mayhem.
The range of these stories is just wild.
Yeah.
It really shows how much is happening. You know, how the crypto world is changing, how it impacts like investing strategies all the way up to global regulation.
And speaking of fascinating stories, did you see that one about James Howells?
Oh, yeah.
The guy who accidentally threw out a hard drive with 8,000 Bitcoins on it?
Back in 2013.
Yeah, like just tossed it in the trash.
I know. It's hard to forget that story.
Oh, no.
Like, imagine losing what's now worth like almost $800 million because of a misplaced hard drive.
Yeah.
That just really highlights how crucial it is to have secure storage in the crypto world.
Absolutely. And on that note of security and value, let's jump into Bitcoin. One article you shared focused on Michael Saylor's argument that selling Bitcoin actually weakens the whole network.
Yeah, Saylor's been pretty vocal about this.
Right.
And, you know, he's a huge Bitcoin advocate. His view basically boils down to the idea that Bitcoin's value is tied to its scarcity.
Okay.
So the more people hold, or HODL, as they say in the crypto world, the scarcer it gets, and in theory, that drives up the price.
That makes sense at first, but another article you sent had entrepreneur Julian Hosp comparing this logic to a Ponzi scheme.
Right. Hosp's perspective is that if Bitcoin's value relies only on new buyers coming in and pushing the price up, then it's not a sustainable system. He thinks the focus should be on what Bitcoin can actually do and its real-world uses, not just that it's limited.
So it's kind of two sides of the same coin, right?
Yeah.
Is Bitcoin digital gold a store of value that will go up over time because of its limited supply? Or is it a speculative bubble just fueled by hype and ready to crash?
That is the million-dollar question. And while we think about that, it's worth noting that MicroStrategy, or Strategy as they're called now, is still betting big on Bitcoin. They recently increased their holdings to a massive 478,740 Bitcoin.
Wow, talk about putting your money where your mouth is.
I know.
But is this a smart investment strategy or big gamble? What do you think about this aggressive accumulation?
It's a bold move for sure. Some analysts see this as a vote of confidence in Bitcoin's long-term potential, especially coming from a publicly traded company. But others are worried it's too much exposure to one single asset, especially one as volatile as Bitcoin.
And to add to this, you also included an article about Metaplanet, a Tokyo-based firm that's aiming to raise enough capital to buy 21,000 Bitcoin by 2026. They're calling it Asia's largest ever raise.
Yeah, it's definitely a sign of the times. Institutional interest in Bitcoin seems to be growing globally, with companies like Metaplanet seeing it as a strategic asset. It'll be interesting to watch how these big investments impact the market in the coming years.
If this kind of deep analysis excites you, then you'll definitely want to check out our YouTube channel, CoinTalk Podcast. We cover everything crypto, from market trends to breaking news, and we'd love for you to join our community.
Absolutely. And while you're there, be sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment letting us know your thoughts on these Bitcoin strategies. We always love hearing from our viewers.
Okay, so let's shift gears from Bitcoin billionaires to something a little more unpredictable, meme coins. Remember the Libra coin that Argentina's president Javier Milei endorsed?
Oh yeah, that was a wild ride.
It shot up to a $4.4 billion market cap seemingly overnight.
Just fueled by hype and speculation.
Wait, $4.4 billion?
Yeah.
For a meme coin based on a politician? What caused that kind of frenzy?
Well, Milei is a libertarian economist and a controversial figure in Argentina. He made promises to replace the Argentine peso with the US dollar and even suggested using Bitcoin as legal tender. That generated a lot of buzz and excitement around crypto in the country.
So people saw this Libra coin as a way to get in on the action.
Exactly. It was promoted as a way to support small businesses and benefit from Milei's economic policies. But then, just as quickly as it rose, it crashed, losing over 95% of its value.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt for anyone who bought in near the top. What happened? Was it just the hype dying down, or was there something shady going on?
Well, there were accusations of a rug pull, which is basically a scam where the creators pump up the price, then cash out their holdings, leaving investors with worthless tokens.
So the Libra story is like a cautionary tale about the dangers of getting caught up in meme coin hype.
For sure. It shows how important it is to do your research and be skeptical when investing in tokens driven more by social media than actual utility or value.
If you want to know more about meme coins, rug pulls, and how to stay safe in the crypto world, head over to CoinTalk Podcast on YouTube. We simplify these complex topics so they're easy to understand.
And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our deep dives into the world of crypto.
Even with the risks, the appeal of meme coins is still strong. One article you sent talked about meme coin generators like pump.fun, which now has a mobile app so anyone can create their own token.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's crazy how easy it is now to make these things.
Right.
Anyone with a smartphone can potentially create a token and launch it.
And pump.fun is facing a class action lawsuit, which suggests there might be some shady stuff going on, but they're still adding new features.
Yeah.
What's driving this constant push to create meme coins?
I think it shows a couple of things. First, the technology itself. The fact that you can make a token with a few clicks really shows the power and accessibility of blockchain technology. But then there's also the psychological side. The meme coin craze taps into our desire for fast money and FOMO, that fear of missing out.
And then there's the story of that meme coin trader who made over $10 million by riding the wave of broccoli-themed tokens.
Oh yeah, that one had me confused too. Apparently it started when Jinpeng Zhao, or CZ, the founder of Binance, mentioned his dog in a tweet, and somehow broccoli got linked to it. This trader jumped on the opportunity, bought a bunch of these broccoli tokens, and managed to cash out before the hype died down.
So is this just pure luck or savvy meme coin trading?
It's hard to say for sure. There's definitely some luck involved, but it also shows that there are people out there closely watching social media trends and trying to profit from these short-lived moments of meme coin mania.
But interestingly, another article you shared talked about CZ's view on meme coins. He said he's never bought any himself. He's all about fundamentals when it comes to investing.
Right. He's been clear that he believes in the long-term potential of blockchain tech and projects that have real-world applications. He sees meme coins as purely speculative and without real value.
So does this mean the meme coin craze is fading? Are people finally realizing that maybe investing in tokens based on internet jokes isn't the best financial plan?
It's tough to tell. Meme coins have a way of bouncing back driven by social media trends and the promise of quick profits. But CZ's statement coming from such a big name in crypto could signal a shift in how people think.
It's definitely worth keeping an eye on. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve on meme coins and crypto trends, make sure you subscribe to CoinTalk Podcast on YouTube. We break down the latest developments and give you insights to help you make informed decisions.
And if you're finding this deep dive helpful, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends. Let's spread that crypto knowledge. You know, it's interesting about this whole meme coin thing.
What's that?
It's like a mini version of the whole crypto market. You've got this crazy energy and enthusiasm, like anything could happen, but then there's also a ton of risk, tons of speculation, and a big potential for scams.
Yeah, it's a wild world. But in all that chaos, there are some pretty interesting things happening with regulation.
Totally. One of the articles you sent talked about the Binance and SEC battle. They agreed to a 60-day pause in their legal fight, so they have time to maybe work out a settlement.
So is this a sign that we're finally getting some clear rules in the US? Or is it just a break?
Hard to say for sure, but the fact that the SEC is making a new task force just for crypto means they're taking it seriously and trying to figure out how to regulate it properly.
And what about the SEC acknowledging Grayscale's proposal for an XRP trust? That seems like a big deal.
It is. If they approve it, that would create a regulated way for big investors to get involved with XRP, which could really boost its price and make it seem more legit.
But it also makes you wonder how regulators will handle other cryptocurrencies in the future. Will every coin have to go through something like that to be considered a real investment?
That's the big question, and the answer is probably going to be complicated and different for each case. It's a fast-changing world, and regulators are still trying to catch up.
Speaking of catching up, another article mentioned that Brazil is keeping its ban on WorldCoin. That's the project that uses eye scans to verify your identity, right?
Right. Regulators in Brazil and a lot of other places are worried about what could happen if someone misused that biometric data. It's tricky trying to balance using technology for innovation and keeping people's privacy safe.
It reminds us that regulation is happening worldwide, and each country will have its own way of doing things. If you're invested in crypto, it's really important to stay updated on these things.
I totally agree. And if you want a place to get all the latest crypto news analysis and in-depth discussions, check out CoinTalk Podcast on YouTube.
For sure. We make complex topics easy to understand, share insightful analysis, and even have some fun while we're at it. We'd love for you to join our community of crypto fans.
And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.
Okay, let's switch gears from regulations to some of the biggest market movers this week. Starting with Coinbase, their fourth quarter was pretty impressive. They beat revenue estimates and showed that the crypto exchange sector is still growing.
Yeah, they did great. They reported a 138% increase in revenue compared to last year, reaching $2.27 billion. and their trading volume was huge, hitting $439 billion. It's clear that even with market ups and downs, people are still really interested in crypto trading.
And it's not just trading. Coinbase is also expanding into other areas like staking and services for institutions, which makes it seem like they're planning for the long term.
Right. They're taking a broad approach to building a crypto ecosystem, which could really pay off down the line.
And while we're on the topic of marketplaces, OpenSea, the top NFT marketplace, is fighting to stay on top after facing some tough competition.
They've got a lot going on. They're launching their own token, updating their marketplace with new features, and even getting into meme coins with their OS2 open beta platform.
Talk about adapting.
Yeah.
They're definitely not afraid to try new things to attract users and stay relevant.
It'll be interesting to see how those changes work out. They have a solid history and loyal users, so it's too soon to write them off.
And speaking of shaking things up, Doodles, another big NFT project, announced plans for their own Solana-based token.
It seems like a trend now with NFT projects like Pudgy Penguins also launching their own tokens. It's a way to get their communities more involved, create new value for holders, and maybe even build mini economies within their ecosystems.
It's cool to see NFT projects pushing the limits of what you can do with blockchain technology and community building.
Absolutely. And it's not just NFTs. We're seeing innovation all over the crypto world with new technologies and uses popping up constantly.
One example is Uniswap, the huge decentralized exchange. They just launched a new layer 2 blockchain called Unichain, which is all about speed and making things easier to scale.
That could be a game changer for DeFi. Making transactions faster and cheaper could attract a whole new wave of users and developers to decentralized finance.
It feels like we're only seeing the beginning of what blockchain technology can do.
I agree. It's such a dynamic and fast-evolving space, and it's exciting to see what new innovations will come next. And if you want to stay ahead of the game in the crypto world, don't forget to check out CoinTalk Podcast on YouTube.
We'd love to have you join our community of crypto lovers. We cover everything from market trends and regulations to the newest things in DeFi and NFTs.
And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment telling us what you think. We always appreciate hearing from our viewers.
Okay, before we wrap up this deep dive, let's get back to that story that really caught everyone's attention.
You mean James Howells and his Bitcoin treasure buried in the trash?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a story that really shows you the amazing potential and the huge risks of Bitcoin.
On the one hand, you could have, unimaginable wealth if you just hold on long enough and it keeps going up.
But then you also see how important it is to keep your crypto safe and that you can only access it if you know how.
Makes you think, huh? Would Howells be better off digging through all that garbage to find those 8,000 Bitcoins or just buying more Bitcoin?
That's a tough one. There are so many things to consider, like how much it would cost to dig up a landfill, the crazy Bitcoin price swings, and what if those hard drives are totally broken?
It also makes you wonder about all the millions of Bitcoins that people think are lost forever because of forgotten passwords, exchanges that shut down, or just bad luck.
It's a weird situation. People say Bitcoin is valuable because it's scarce, but that same scarcity makes it super risky.
Because if you lose your keys or your hard drive dies, those Bitcoins are gone.
Exactly. It reminds you that even though Bitcoin is decentralized and digital, you still need to know what you're doing and be responsible.
So for anyone listening who's thinking about investing in Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, what's your advice?
Do your research, understand the tech, the risks, and the potential rewards. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose. And the most important thing, make sure you have a safe way to store your keys.
Great advice. And if you're looking for reliable information and insightful analysis, be sure to check out CoinTalk Podcast on YouTube.
We cover the whole crypto world, from Bitcoin and Ethereum to DeFi, NFTs, and even those crazy meme coins.
We'll help you understand the newest trends, break down complicated stuff, and give you the knowledge you need to navigate this exciting but sometimes confusing world.
So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our crypto community.
We'd love to have you join us.
And remember, crypto never sleeps. So stay informed, stay curious, and keep exploring.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the latest crypto news. We'll see you next time on CoinTalk Podcast.